and hello! Now, in a December, many years ago, in a time before the virus, when we were still thriving and surviving, Remember when December was still spelt with a Z? When December had a soundtrack, when Umunye was still on top of Umunye. Okay, listen, I took some surfing lessons. Why? Do you ask? Do I at 35? Hey, that's my soccer age, okay? But why at that age do I take on surfing lessons? I mean, okay, it makes no sense, particularly for somebody who lives in Johannesburg, all right? Well, let me tell you, okay, how approaching middle age as a single woman works after you've bought a convertible, a flattened Santon, and have had enough Botox injected into your face and neck to numb your daddy issues. You run out of to get you going, okay? And I mean also, have you met me? It's hard having a bigger than every man you meet. So yes, surfing, right? Okay, so you drive to Durban in your convertible and you book a surfing lesson with some barefoot guy named Brad or Bryce or Brent or whatever. It's surfing, man. It's a lot of fun. But it's dangerous, okay? And trust me, it looks nothing like the pictures. In the pictures, the ocean looks regal and azure. In Durban, it looks like it's where the wasted lives of many Belindas and Brads have been flushed, and the sad, frothy scum laps onto the shore as a constant reminder of their wasted youths. You know those guys in the tubes, on the gram, and the chicks in the bikinis on the cover of Roxy magazine? That's a far cry from Nina in a short-leg wetsuit with a bright yellow learner surfer shirt over it, okay? When you're driving in Randburg, close to the testing center, and you're stuck behind a 17-year-old in a 2003 hatchback Mazda with a big L on it? That's me, but in the ocean, all right? It's one of those activities where you're either having the best time of your life or you're literally dying, okay? Mother Nature will show you instant karma in the ocean. Thanks, Brent. Less with the chakras, more with the six-packs, okay? I remember some top tips from a surfing comedian friend of mine, Nick Rabinovitz, okay? He once told me, there's some rules you need to know, okay, about the ocean. First, you never face your back to the ocean. Then, he says, there are two ways to go through a wave, over or under. You know how sometimes they say the only way is through? That's strictly for breakups. When it comes to waves, over or under. But he's Cape Townian, and you can't take anything those people say seriously. I mean, two words, Muizenberg, fish hook. So what I did is I go under the wave, right? But with my back to the ocean. Because nobody tells me what to do. The only thing that gets under me is your estimation, motherfucker. Also, there's this other dude who also dived under the wave and into my face with his head. He knocks me out, all right? My face is bleeding, I'm dizzy, waves are just crashing at me left and right, and I eventually make it out of the water and try find a lifeguard. I'm pretty sure you should never be searching for a lifeguard. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to find you. But this is Durban, right? People are very relaxed. I don't know where Brad went, and maybe he went to go check his fax machine for messages. It's Durban. It has its own time zone. It's 1983. To be fair, in Pretoria it's 1976, and in Cape Town it's 1642. Anyway, the energy in Durban is when you have a project due in 6 months, you have to do it, but you'll get into it after, I don't know, you've had a baby. Look, nobody panic, no sudden movements. That's Durban. It's not that the system's offline, it's just that no one really plugged it in. Anyway, back to the story, okay? So I've been smashed in the face by an oceanic passerby. I'm in need of medical attention. My perfectly carved face has just been smushed and I'm bleeding profusely from the mouth. I get out of the water to look for a lifeguard. I search. I went right up to someone in a red shirt and it was just a very confused promo girl from Vodacom.
Would you like to change your data pin?
Anyways, I'm out of the water. I get back into the ocean looking for the lifeguard. What kind of low-budget production is this that I have to get back into the water to find a lifeguard? Then, you know what happens is, this is something no one tells you about. Blue bottles, okay? Guys, I'm beside myself, all right? Not only about the blue bottles or floating terrors, or I prefer their more accurate name, Portuguese man of war, right? Nah, I have nothing against the Portuguese. except for that little colonization thing and Catholicism and the Spanish Inquisition. Okay, that was the Spanish, but they were right next door. Guilty by association, if you ask me, right? Anyway, so here's what trips me up. I enter the water and this blue bottle stings me, okay? I'm in anaphylactic shock. I can't breathe. My legs are burning like the third day of CrossFit, right? I mean, I scream to Brent, pee on my leg! Pee on my leg! And as he starts peeing on my leg, I hear this strange sound like urine hitting plastic, which is a weird sound to identify so specifically. But that's when I realized it wasn't a blue bottle. It was a Checkers bag, all right? And then I look up at this guy and I'm like, why the are you peeing on me? He's like, but you asked me to. And I said, I thought it was a blue bottle. I get over myself, right? And I try and think about the things I can apply to this already mortifying situation. I get out of the water again, face dripping with blood, tears, and regret, searching for help. Anyway, I get to the lifeguard hut eventually. Now inside, people whose job it is to be alert, right? In order to keep people from hurting themselves are just sitting there, calmly, playing Candy Crush or whatever. I don't know, it's Durban, right? I have to knock on the window and show them that my face is bleeding. This guy comes out and he looks at me and he's like, your face is bleeding. I'm like, I know, bro, that's literally why I'm here. He's like, yo, you should do something about that. Maybe you should get some ice, eh? I look around. Not a guy that sells Grenadilla ice lollies inside. Where the is the Grenadilla ice lolly guy when you need him? Nothing but that Durban humidity and hopelessness. Anyway, I'm staring at him and I'm like, yes, guy, that's literally what I'm doing here. I'm so frustrated at this point. I start crying. I'm like ugly crying. I'm here. I'm like, and he looks at me and in his attempt to shift responsibility, because nobody takes responsibility in Durban, and he says, shame, man. Where's your parents? I'm a 35-year-old woman, and with all my self-respect, I just stared at him, and I said, they're not here! Thank you very much, Anson. Thank you. Amen. Thank you. They love me.